Yeah, you want me looking at you
Looking at the camera.
or the camera all
Always
the time?
looking at the camera.
Okay. It's focus, commitment, and dedication. And I suppose to add a fourth one, which is a passion. Because if you don't have a passion for what you want to do, then I doubt if you will be really successful. I think luck does play an element in whatever you do in life, but you do have to make your luck. It doesn't just fall out of the sky. You also have to work at what you do. You have to know your trade and have that focus. Well, I certainly think people in society need to be more giving. I believe that if we are blessed in life, that if the good Lord blesses us with the ability to make money, then we do have a responsibility to put it back into our society. And that is why I've raised tens and tens of millions. I've given away tens and tens of millions to causes, most of the causes of which take priority from our foundation, which is the Gerald Ronson Family Foundation, as well as personally, and also I ensure the companies that I own also give away a considerable amount of money and support charities, which are predominantly covering the areas of welfare and assisting the underprivileged and education. And you can't expect the government or governments to cover all these issues because they don't have the resources. Well, the modern CST is something that I created. I've been involved in fighting anti-Semitism for over 50 years. The enemy has changed, the enemy is more sophisticated, the enemy is now the radicalized Muslim fundamentalists, etc., etc. It's a much more complicated issue where we look at the left. They were our friends 20, 30 years ago in the fight against fascism. Now, of course, they're anti-Zionist, anti-Israel. You've got the right, which has always been there, and although their focus is most probably at Muslims, at black people, etc., etc., the Jew is always there in the scenario. Well, I think if Corbyn became Prime Minister, and with the people that he has around him, I think you will see an increase in anti-Semitism, which will make it somewhat uncomfortable or more uncomfortable for Jews who want to live their life in the UK as fully identified Jews and not be uncomfortable if they were wearing a kippur or tzitzis to walk down the high street without being attacked in some form or another. Well, I've always been proud to be a Jew, and I'm not a religious Jew, although I may go to the synagogue 2 or 3 times a year, but it's here. It's in my soul and in my heart. You know, I have 4 children. Well, I should say we have 4 children. I have 9 grandchildren. I'm very proud to say my 2 oldest grandchildren live in Israel. One is a lieutenant in the IDF, and the other is an officer. So it's interesting because if you said to me 30, 40 years ago, you know, what 1 or 2 of your grandchildren are going to be officers or lieutenants or whatever in the IDF, I'd have looked at them, you know, like I was mad. But it shows you that gene is there continuing. And it's up to parents to educate their children in what it is to be Jewish. Well, I say my Shema every morning. I do it 7 days a week because it's my bit of communication with the Lord. I'm a servant of the Lord. And, you know, after all the years I've been around, because I'm not a Johnny come lately who's just sort of getting involved for maybe his conscience to feel good because he thinks he's going to meet his maker or whatever. No, I know what I've got to do. I've been doing it all my life. And that's taken me through. When I look at the major ups and downs that I've had in my life, and they have been pretty serious, what's given me the strength to come through it is the good Lord. He was a man of his word. He was a man who could deal with adversity. And he was a leader.